Hello, hello. Good morning once again, my fans. It's another lovely morning to be alive. How is everybody doing? I hope you all slept well. Sorry, I've not been able to come live for a couple of days now, but I am here today. We are just going to briefly discuss about some happenings in Africa. We as Africans, we have to start emancipating ourselves, just like the great Bob Marley said. We have to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery and all forms of slavery. If you are joining this live, you are welcome. You are welcome to my page. Kindly share so that other people can see it. Kindly share so it can get to a wider audience. There is a trend that is happening right now in Africa. It's something that we have to take serious. It's happening right now in Africa. It's a trend. And it has started already with the Francophone countries. For my audience outside Africa that does not know what a Francophone country means, it's simply a country that was colonized by the world power France. In the days of colonization, yes, it's a country that was colonized. It's part of the territory of France. That's what a Francophone country means. An Anglophone country is simply a country that was colonized by England, the Great Britain. So, like I was saying, something happened quite recently. Please share this video so I can go to a wider audience. Thank you. There is a trend that is going on right now in Africa, and it has started with the Francophone countries, like I said. It has to do with coup d'etat. It has to do with coup. Yes. What is a coup? Let me start by that. What is a coup? A coup is simply an overthrow of government, an illegal overthrow of government. Normally, when a government wants to leave power, there has to be a consensus stemming from an election. And that's a democracy, though. There are different forms of government. But there are coups that are going on right now in Africa. It has started from the Francophone countries, like I said. Recently, that of Gabon just happened. We were witnessing the other one, the Niger's own recently. And now it has happened in Gabon. If you may know, Gabon is a oil-rich country. Well placed, well to do. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Gabon is an oil-rich country, just like Nigeria and Angola. But these people are languishing in abject poverty. Just like most African countries, Gabon is well blessed. And you all know that Africa is a blessed country, a blessed continent, I mean. Out of all the continents of the world, Africa is seriously blessed with natural and human resources. We have population, just like Nigeria. We are over 200 and something million in population. We have natural resources. We have human capital. You have people with standard, people, human calibers. We have them in abundance in Africa. But yet, why are we still in poverty? Why are we in poverty? Have you asked yourself that? It all started when these great powers, the Europeans, sat down and started sharing Africa to themselves. France will say, I'm the one that will be in charge of here. Germans will say, I'm the one that will be in charge of here. The British will say, I'm the one that will be in charge of here. Portuguese, name it. They all split Africa into different colonies. You can call it protectorate. They all split Africa and started sharing Africa like Africa was a national cake, enforcing themselves on us, instilling their governance style on us. Just like it happened in Nigeria, where the Southern and the Northern Protectorate were amalgamated, combined forcefully, not from our own way. We not agree, say, okay, this land, make we come together, stay together, call ourselves Nigerians. No, it is the British. Thank you, Mohammed Adam, for watching. Thank you. Thank you. I can see you. Thank you. It is the British that brought us together and put us in one place called Nigeria, just for their selfish interest. All the railway, all the road and every infrastructure that they created in Nigeria was just for them to benefit. Mr. John, thank you. I can see you are watching. Thank you very much. John Bright, thank you very much. So, like I was saying, it is now time for Africans to wake up. It is now time for Africans to wake up. We have been sleeping for far too long. We have several human rights activists. These people keep telling us what is going on, but we don't seem to understand. We don't seem to listen. We even have them in artistic form, musicians. Whenever they sing, informing us of what is going on, all we just do is to listen to the melody and start dancing. We dance, leaving out the message that is being thrown at us. But look at where we are today. Look at where Africa presently is. Every part of the world is going forward, but Africa keeps going backward, 100 miles backward. It's such a terrible situation we have found ourselves in Africa. And these world powers are imperialistic in nature. They are the ones determining the fate of Africans. These days, they don't even do it directly because they have multinational companies. They have the money, they have the resources to dictate to us what we should do with our own country, with our own continent. You might say it's not fair. You might start the argument from today till tomorrow that it is not fair, but we allowed them. We are the ones that allowed them. When we start taking all these God-forsaken loans, all these God-forsaken grants from all these world powers, what do you expect in return? Like in our local parlance, they say somebody, you set trap with goats. Igrisa Yoga, thank you for coming on. Thank you for watching. I can see you. Thank you. You use goats to set a trap. Ordinarily, no hunter will set trap with goats. So therefore, if you are setting a trap with goats, you should know the caliber of animal or the caliber of a game that you are expecting. You should know the caliber of game you are expecting in return to be setting a trap with goats. It has to be massive. You can't bait with a goat and be expecting to capture a lizard. It's not done. So we have to go back. We have to go back to our roots, Africans. We have to go back to our roots. You see this color, this skin color. They are jealous of us. The Europeans, the whites, they are jealous of us because we are exceptionally strong. We are exceptionally strong. We can dwell in places they cannot. But they keep putting undue pressure on us, imperialistic pressures. They don't do it directly. They will not come to you say, give me this, I will give you that. No. They have several ways of doing it. They give you grants. They give you things that you cannot refuse. And when you start collecting, When you start collecting all these things from them, indirectly they'll start dictating for you. Because he who pays the piper, he takes the tune. It's that easy. It's so easy. It's that simple. Coming back to the coup that took place in Gabon recently, after a wishy-washy election, an election exercise is an exercise that is carried out for you, the masses, the citizens, to elect whomever you think is capable of representing your interest. But what do we have here in Africa? Wishy-washy elections from the length and breadth of Africa. That's what is happening. Hardly before you will get a transparent election in Africa. And funny enough, you now start hearing things like international observer, EU observer, one this observer. Are they the ones that will validate our election, or we are the ones that will validate our election ourselves? Why do we always depend on the Europeans, the Americans, to validate our elections? It beats my imagination. It beats my imagination. Now, back to Gabon, the issue. You conducted an election, you switched off the internet, a wishy-washy election for that matter, and you switched off the internet so that your citizens cannot go online. You know, these days, one thing these African leaders don't like about we the youth, we are so smart with social media. Their conventional media does not cut it anymore, because most conventional media are afraid of their lives. They are there to make profits. They are there to maximize profits. So whatever is actually happening, they will not beam it. They will not beam it to the world. It's not left for some fragments of citizens to shout out to the world that this is what is actually this is what actually is happening in this country. This is what is happening in my present community. Because a country stems from community, it builds up from a community to a ward, to local government, to states, before the nation in general. So if something is happening in your community level, and you have simple, just little gadgets to beam it to the world, social media, showing the real things that are happening, these are leaders, they will not want it. So imagine the authorities in Gabon cutting off internet facilities in the country, in the whole of Gabon. And Gabon, compared to, in short, Gabon is just like Bayelsa in Nigeria, with a population of 2.3 million. That is so infinitesimal. Well, I'm not trying to look down on them. It's a country. But compared to Nigeria, they are nowhere. Isn't it obvious now that the Francophone countries are waking up gradually? Because it started with the Arab Spring. Now this revolution is now leaving the Arab nations. It's coming down to the Francophone countries in Africa. And the rest of Africans are watching. The rest of Africa is observing. It's observing the trends. Is it not high time we start using our senses, using our brains as Africans? You stop the transmission of the internet in a country because you want to do an election. What are you hiding? If you don't have something to hide, why will you cut off the internet? The Ali Bongo family has been ruling Gabon, an oil-rich nation, for over a decade. Over a half of a decade, 56 years precisely, if I'm not mistaken. And the president that just conducted this shabby election and has been in that position close to 14 years. What is wrong with Africans? What is actually wrong with us? Are we cursed? Why would you want to impose yourself on the people? Why would you want to impose yourself on the people? You want to lead the people that don't want you. How would they bring themselves to your level? How would they understand you? How would they follow you? You want to use force. Even as little as a baby, you cannot force a baby to do your bidding. You might succeed once, twice, thrice, but there come a time that baby will frown at you, even if he cannot punch you or cannot show you that he or she is angry. Even the frown alone will communicate to you that this baby does not want what you are doing. So therefore, you have to be careful. You are conducting an election and you are cutting off the internet simply because you don't want the learned individuals in the society to beam what is happening live to the rest of the world. You want to force yourself on the people. This started from Mali over to Burkina Faso. We were just discussing about the one that happened in Niger. Here comes another one in Gabon. Coup d'etat. And you need to see the way the people are celebrating the military rulers, the people that took over from the helms of government. Because as we are speaking now, presently, the president is being held hostage with his family members. And the people are celebrating. When the people are celebrating this kind of thing, what do you think that definitely means? It means they have been languishing. They need a change, a positive change at that. And you want to stop them from experiencing the change? You cannot. What concerns a military personnel with leadership, if not that those that have been bequeathed with leadership positions are being corrupt, mismanaging the resources, and doing all sorts of things? Why would the military get up all of a sudden and want to seize power? It's because of corruption and misappropriation. Nothing much. It's such a shame that at this time of our life, we are experiencing this kind of thing, though it is bloodless. A coup is a coup. It's not a constitutionally set up system of government. But the people, the citizens are validating it now because they have thrown along the streets of Gabon, rejoicing that they have been emancipated. Now, who is next? What country is coming up next now? We don't know. This is a warning to all our leaders. This is a strong warning to all our leaders. Some of you are supporting the idea of invading Niger to topple those military men. But have you ever wondered what those people were feeling before they now started celebrating this military takeover? Let's leave that of Gabon aside. Have you ever wondered, has it ever come to your mind that these people have been in abject poverty, that the government does not listen to them? How can you be so blessed and still being, you still be poverty stricken? Why? How? A good case of Niger, they have uranium. They have uranium. Uranium is the most important ingredient to generate nuclear power, which countries like France, America, and the rest of the world powers are using. Nuclear power. Uranium is one of the most important ingredients. And they have it in abundance. So these people keep coming in droves into Niger, exploiting all these resources and taking it to their country, leaving these people in poverty. Not mainly the fact that these their activities of exploration and exploitation of these various communities will lead to catastrophic disasters in the environment. They don't care, because some of our leaders have sold us out. It's such a sorry situation. We have cocoa in abundance in Africa. Go to Cote d'Ivoire and see. Go to Ghana and see. Go to most of all these Anglophone and Francophone countries and see the mineral resources that we have. And yet we don't have industry employing our youth, our teeming populace. We don't have. What stops France from building a nuclear plant in Niger? What stops Britain and America from building a gigantic industry that produces chocolate? Cocoa is the major constituent of chocolate. It's cocoa that is the raw material that they use in producing chocolate. What stops these people from building all these factories in all these places where they exploit all these resources from? But no, they harness all these resources, take them to their own country to generate employment. Then they now sell the processed product back to Africans in such an exorbitant prices. Meanwhile, these are our products, these are our resources. And when we say no, they look for one way or the other to instigate problem in our societies. It's a well-known fact. They use processes like NGOs and the rest, or whatever you call them. That's what they do. If they come with grants, you refuse their grant, then you have declared war against them. How long are we going to continue like this? The AU is a toothless barking dog. They don't have powers. What about the ECOWAS? We are the leader of ECOWAS. Our president is the chairman of ECOWAS. Now you want to run into Niger when you have crisis situation in Nigeria. Who does that? Charity, they say, begins at home. Settle your home first. Grow your economy. So when you are speaking to other leaders, they will listen because they know you have something to offer. But what are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the table? How will you convince those military juntas now that they should leave that seat, allow the constitutionally elected person to be there when you yourself have nothing to offer? Such a sorry state. We need to buckle up in Africa. We need to buckle up in Africa. Imagine a single family ruling the country for over a half of a decade. Half of a century, 50-something years. That's about 5 decades plus. Are you the only one blessed to rule the country? Is the country your family property? No, is the country your family property? Are you the only one giving the wherewithal to rule? Why are there supposed to be election? Is it not for the populace to pick whoever they want as their leader? Must you impose yourself? Must you impose yourself on the people? It's such a shame. You cut off the internet so that things that happen, things like what happened in Nigeria, in Lagos and other places, the rest of the world will not see it. Benga, thank you for coming on. Thank you for watching. Ologoju Valentine Benga. Paddy Alpha, how you dey? It's been a while, oh. So why are we conducting elections in the first place? Why are we appropriating monies for election that we don't have the interest to pursue rightfully? Why? All we do is conduct wishy-washy elections all the time. It's such a shame. It's such a shame. Every academic session, at the end of every academic session, higher institution keeps churning out graduates, whether you call them half-baked or whatever. Thank you, Valentine. Thank you, Baker. They keep churning out graduates. But where is the job? My certificate will go chop. You guys have made no provision for the teeming youth of your country, and yet you want to remain in power against our will? It's such a pity. It's such a pity. Because the way the trend is going now, we are going to be seeing more coup. The military are not done yet. We are going to be seeing more coup. If you like, remove all the generals that are capable of doing this stuff. I'm not supporting coup. I'm not saying I'm supporting coup. It's never a good way to govern. But what is the ingredient that leads to coup? What are the ingredients? Mismanagement, bad governance, bad rulership, not putting the people first. You get to the position of authority, you surround yourself with all your cronies, you surround yourself with only the people that want to tell you what you want to hear, not people that want to tell you the real thing. It's such a sorry situation. Africans, we need to wake up. We actually need to wake up. Not leaving the youth out of it. Some of our youth, we are the problem in this country. We are seriously the problem in this country. I can't understand why there will be something like a campaign. Then you find these funny leaders coming to your doorstep to seek for your votes, and you are asking them to pay you. You are demanding for money. My dear, when you demand for money and they pay you, no matter the stipend, no matter how big or small it is, when they pay you all this money and they get to the position, what do you expect? What do you expect they will do in return? They are going to sit on the resources of that local government. They are going to sit on the resources of that state. They are going to sit on the resources of that nation till they finish it. If they are lacking the revenue, they go borrowing. And when they go borrowing, they keep stealing. When you are not producing anything, you are not exporting anything, how do you expect revenue? How do you expect revenue? Allow people that have brain to go to that place. You say no, you want to impose yourself on us. And when you get there, you make the things worse. You put your people in suffering. Don't you have conscience? Some of you youths, you are even more than these politicians. Some of you just make me laugh. You make money, the next thing you are buying one Benz, G-Wagon, GLE, whatever the case may be. I'm not challenging you. I'm not jealous. But why not put your money to good use? Look at our pop stars, especially the highest paid ones, the three of them. I don't want to mention names. You all know the people I'm talking about. The Odogus, the Marshallas, and the other one. OBO, or what they call him. You can be philanthropic. But when you keep dishing out money to people, you keep giving people money, you are not helping. Depends on what they need the money for. But are you there to monitor it? Some of our youth are so extravagant. Auntie Dorcas Oziomo, you are welcome to this live session. Ibinosa Yoga, Igrisa Yoga, you are welcome. Thanks for watching. Some of our youth don't even know what to do with money. All they know is attend clubs, lodge in different hotels. They keep telling you, this hotel does not have social facility. That hotel does not have social facility. No, this one, they don't allow us to do this. They don't allow us to do that. Oga, what is wrong if you put your money to good use? The most percentage of your members of your family are suffering, and you don't cater for them. But you go outside, lavishing money. What happens if you put your money to good use? Example, the 3 stars that I just mentioned about now, the 3 famous Nigerian artists that I just mentioned about, cumulatively, you guys are worth over $10 billion, if I'm not mistaken. Convert that to Nigerian naira, you know what it is. Can't you guys just collaborate and do something for your country? Since the politicians are failing, at least let's start from there. If you build a factory in your own place of origin, is there a crime? Go to China. You guys have all these affiliations. You have all these networks. Go to China. Go to Europe. Invite all these people to come and build factories. I don't need to name them. Build them. Build them in your communities. Build them in your place of base. Employ your people. One thing you guys don't know is that somebody that is employed, you are not employing that person alone. It is not that person alone that you are benefiting. There are several people that are underneath that person that will benefit from that employment, directly or indirectly. But all you people do is to buy diamond chains, diamond necklace, latest Benz, G-Wagon, Rolls Royce, spending lavish money. Do you know how much it takes? Even going as far as buying private jet. Do you know what it takes to maintain those money, those facilities? Sorry. Do you know what it takes to maintain such luxury life? You go about wasting money when people are hungry. I'm not jealous of you. But put your money to good use. Put your money to good use. If you don't know what to do with your money, call investment bankers. They will tell you what to do. Call investment experts. Generate employment for your teeming youth. These people are the ones spending this money to make sure you progress. These people are the ones buying your music, buying your art. But all you do is showing yourself in social media, putting on diamonds and all sorts. How does that add to the life expectancy or the system of living in your community? How does that improve the health of your people? You cannot even build a single hospital in your community. Any little thing you guys fly out. You scream OBU, Machala, Odogu not be nickname. Is that all there is to life? Let's be sincere with ourselves. We are not serious in Africa. We are not serious. I'll be ending this session here. I hope to see you guys very soon. I'm not a prophet of doom, but I see another nation going down via coup. I see another government being taken down via the system of coup. Though the latest trend is a bloodless coup. I commend them for even taking over the system bloodlessly. But I'm not in support of coup. Mr. Ike Chima, you are welcome to my live session. As you are watching, you guys can comment where you are watching from. Another thing I want to bring to the fore now is we Africans. We Africans, listen very carefully, listen attentively now. We Africans, are we the owners of democracy? Are we the owners of that system called democracy? Democracy is simply government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Now, this three trend does not even favor us in any way. We don't have government of the people. They impose themselves on us. We don't have government by the people. Whatever our wishes are, they don't care. We don't even have government for the people. They are for their pockets. Now, if this system is not working for us, can't we just call for a referendum and look for a system that will work for us? Because democracy did not originate from Africa. Democracy originated from Athens in Greece. It works for them. You can argue that democracy is too expensive to an extent. Yes. In this present situation where there's no money, there's no good system of living anywhere, the country is even in debt, then we still have close to 50 ministerial position. Okay, not ministerial, but we have ministers already now. They'll be assigned portfolios. These guys, you are going to pay them salary. They are going to employ PAs. They are going to employ secretary. They are going to do this. What about the Senate? We have back two system of legislative house. We have the Senate. We have the National Assembly. And these guys, majority of them are doing nothing. They don't even attend session. Why not cut all these things down? Cut these expenses down and use the money, apply it back into the economy and see if the economy will not grow. Oshodi Amazing, you are welcome to my live session. And see if the economy will not grow. These things are not rocket science. We keep appropriating money for trivialities. We don't go to the nitty-gritty of what this money actually is supposed to be used for. You see that money is being misappropriated, stolen. In short, I don't really understand what is wrong with our African leaders. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand. If democracy is not working for us, let's come together and build a system of government that works for us, built by us. In some places, they don't even practice democracy. They practice monarchical system of government, and it's working fine for them. Dusty man, you are welcome. You are welcome to this live session. Monarchical system still thrives in some places, and it's working fine for them. Why don't we fashion out a system of government that will work for us? Must it be democracy? If it's too expensive for us, we drop it. Rohit Kumar, you are welcome to my live session. You are welcome to my live session. Rohit Kumar, thank you for watching. Comment where you are watching from so that the viewers can see it. Democracy is not by force. Yes, it's the best system of government, but if it's too expensive for us and it's choking us, we drop it. We call for a referendum and look for a system of government that works for us. We can't have all these people stealing our resources, taking their children outside. And you see some of them even coming, spitting on our integrity, bringing their children to the fore, bringing their children to the social media, showcasing their children. This one is a graduate, is a master's degree holder, just graduated from Soso University, Hong Kong University, Oxford University, Cambridge University. Meanwhile, you shut down the educational system in your country. You have killed it totally. What is wrong with us Africans? What is actually wrong with us? Mr. Endurance, I'm on a live session. I will send it afterwards. I will send it afterwards. I'm seeing your message. I will send it afterwards. Thank you very much. So we have to really now start looking deep. Let's separate the sheep from the wolves henceforth. As it is now, coup is trending. May not get to Nigeria. Judiciary, do what is needful. Announcing of a verdict will not take you 500 years to announce. Announce it in any form. Announce it in any form. The more you delay, the more the people get agitated. I'm talking to the judiciary right now. Go ahead and announce your verdict. Stop delaying. Justice delayed is justice denied. You are putting the rest of the country in suspense. Before you know now, they get agitated. If not for some political leader that God will bless, that keeps calming down these populists, keep telling them to hold on, calm down, let's trust the judiciary. Nigerians, you guys know what I'm talking about. So as I end this live session, let's ponder about all these things. We Africans, we need to wake up. We need to start asking questions. We need to start asking these leaders questions. Not collecting money from them when they come to us for campaign to solicit for our votes. It's a wrong phenomenon. That's not good. Because when you collect money from these people, at the tail end of everything, when they get to that position, they won't know you. You will be the least of their worries. You will be the least. So ponder about this. Drop your thoughts on the comment section as I end this live session. I'll be in the comment section seeing all your comments and replying them. Thank you very much, guys. See you next time in my live session. Thank you.